Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the third week of the November month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. We will be discussing a total of 60 important MCQ questions that will be benefiting in your competitive exams. If you are new to our channel students and haven't subscribed to us, I'll suggest you all to subscribe as we are one-stop solution for current affairs. The content we provide on daily basis is very important. Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video. Also students, we have started a new initiative that is of handwritten notes. It is helpful to understand the news daily, time saving and very useful for your revision. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description. Let's start with the main content. First is, which of the following are correct with respect to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Bihar on 13th of November? If we look at them, option A and B are right, C is wrong. The important thing here is about the foundation stone of AIIMS Darbhanga that has been laid in Bihar. This is important, take a note of this. Second, he inaugurated multiple initiatives in the petroleum and natural gas sector. Also, apart from this, remember, he inaugurated 19 Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras at various railway stations across the country through video conferencing. Is it correct? Is it right? So no, not 19 but 18 Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras were launched. Also, he launched multiple national highway projects also. Next, name the high intensity tri-service exercise conducted by Indian Army from 10 to 18th of November. So, exercise conducted by Indian Army. What is the name of that exercise? It is Purvi Prahar. Right? In this exercise, you will be seeing Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. All three of them took part here. Here we saw the participation of Rudra helicopters. Then M777 ultra lightweight artillery weapon systems, various swarm drones. Right? We saw the participation of these three. And where was this exercise held? Location. It was held in Arunachal Pradesh. Next, which state has recently become the first Indian state to implement a dedicated semiconductor policy? It is Gujarat state, and we also know that Gujarat is the manufacturing hub for semiconductors, right? It is turning out to be a manufacturing hub for semiconductors, and a Gujarat semiconductor policy was launched. It is from 2022 to 2027, where we will be focusing on the semiconductor growth, the manufacturing of them in India, and Gujarat is the first state to implement such a policy. Also, Gujarat has also launched a Gujarat State Electronics Mission that will ensure the effective implementation of this dedicated semiconductor policy in Gujarat. Next, where was the third edition of India-Australia Joint Military Exercise Austra Hind conducted from 8 to 21st of November? So Austra Hind, as the name suggests, exercise between Australia and our India. And what is the location of this exercise? Where this was held? This third edition. First thing, this is the third edition of this exercise that was held, and the location is Pune, Maharashtra, where this exercise was held. So right option is in Pune, Maharashtra. Next, which organization has recently released the Adaptation Gap Report, Come Hell and High Water? This is the name of the report. And question asked is, which organization released this Adaptation Gap Report? It was released by United Nations Environment Program, UNEP. This report shows that the adaptation or the amount of money inflows or the finance inflows to the developing countries has increased by 32%, right? That was $22 billion. In 2021, it has increased by 32% to $28 billion. Correct? And we are seeing that there is more funding going towards the financing of the climate environment friendly projects, right? And we are seeing more and more green energy projects, sustainable projects that will make sure that our environment is clean and protected. Apart from this, the report also highlighted that 171 countries have at least one national adaptation policy strategy, right? That is basically for the environment. Next, which country has recently launched their second satellite Zimsat-2 on Soyuz 2.1B spacecraft from Russia? This Soyuz 2.1B, this is a rocket of Russia only, right? And this Zimsat-2, it is of which? Zim means Zimbabwe, right? So Zimbabwe, right option is, this is the second satellite Zimsat-2 of Zimbabwe, and this is an Earth observation satellite. Next, where is Children's Day or Bal Divas annually observed across India? On 14th of November, we observe Children's Day or Bal Divas, and this year it was 135th anniversary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on whose birthday we observe this Children's Day. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he was the first Prime Minister of India, correct? And for his love and affection towards children, this day is observed. Also, Bharat Ratna, that is India's highest civilian award, it was awarded to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji in 1955. Next, which Indian actor has recently honored by the Amitabh Bachchan with Akeni Nageshwar Rao National Award 2024 in Hyderabad, Telangana? So, Chiranjeevi, right? Amitabh Bachchan facilitated actor Chiranjeevi with the Akeni Nageshwar Rao National Award, that is for the celebration of the 100th birth anniversary of Akeni Nageshwar Rao in Hyderabad, Telangana. Right, this Akeni International Foundation, when was it established? In 2005. Next, which company has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Korea's POSCO Group for the development of steel, battery materials and renewable energy sector in India? So this is your JS Group. Next, which department has recently organized the National MSME Cluster Outreach Program in partnership with Small Industrial Development Bank? It is Department of Financial Services, right? This, remember here, it is Department of Financial Services. They have organized this National MSME Cluster Outreach Program that was in collaboration with SIDBI. Next, what was the allocated budget for the recently launched scheme for strengthening the medical device industry by Union Minister Jagat Prakash Nadda, that is JP Nadda ji? So what was the allocated budget for strengthening the medical device industry so that we can grow this medical device sector in India? So the budget was 500 crore rupees that was allocated. Also, PLI scheme. PLI is your production linked incentive scheme launched by Government of India in 2020, have paved a path, right, where we will be seeing growth and innovation and industrial development in manufacturing of various goods. That is also considered here. Next, name the space tabletop exercise that was recently conducted by Defense Space Agency in New Delhi. The name of the exercise, Antriksh Abhyas, right? And this Defense Space Agency, they successfully conducted this space tabletop exercise, Antriksha Abhyas. It was held from 11th to 13th of November in New Delhi, and the main aim of this exercise was basically to focus the discussions on emerging space technologies, right, and also in India's space program. Next, which country has recently received two waterjet propelled fast interceptor craft from the Indian Navy? So which country has received these two waterjet propelled fast interceptor craft, that is your FICs? It is Mozambique, correct? And these FICs were delivered to the Mozambique using which INS? It was INS Ghadial. Next, India has recently signed the host country agreement for establishing the BIMSTEC, that is Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation Energy Center, that is located where? That will be in Bengaluru, Karnataka. So India signed this HCA, host country agreement for establishment of the BIMSTEC Energy Center, that will be in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Next, what is the maximum investment limit for a foreign portfolio investor according to the introduced RBI's operational framework for reclassification of investments by FPIs to FDIs? So the minimum here is what is the maximum limit for FPI investors? It is 10% of the total paid up capital or fully diluted basis. Next, which book has recently won the 2024 Booker Prize and became the first book set in space to win the award? It is Orbital, right? British author Samantha Harvey has won the Booker Prize for the fiction novel Orbital that became the first book set in space to win this prize. Also here Harvey, or let me write the name also, Samantha Harvey. Samantha Harvey. Here remember Samantha Harvey, she became the first woman to win the award since 2019 and she was also awarded with 64,000 US dollar as a prize money. Next, who became the first Indian to win Miss Grand International 2024 at MGI Hall in Bangkok, Thailand? So Rachel Gupta. Rachel Gupta. She is from Punjab state and she won the 12th edition of Miss Grand International for 2024, right? And this was held where? In Bangkok, Thailand. Take a note of this. Now she has become the first Indian and the third Asian to win or to be crowned as Miss Grand International. Next, who was recently appointed as the Prime Minister of Mauritius for the third time? So N. Ramgoolam, that is Naveen Chandra Ramgoolam, has been appointed as the Prime Minister of Mauritius for the third time. Next, who has recently become the youngest rated chess player in the world at the age of 3? Anish Sarkar, right, became the youngest rated chess player in the world at the age of just 3 years, right? And he's Kolkata based. Next, who was recently presented with the XTIC Award 2024 for innovation from the IIT Madras, Chennai, Tamil Nadu for their virtual reality film, that is Le Mask. So, who was recently presented with this award? So, A.R. Rahman was presented with this award for the VR film, that is virtual reality film Le Mask. Next, the Government of India has recently reconstituted the Interstate Council, an important body for enhancing center-state and interstate cooperation or coordination. Who is appointed as the chairperson of this Interstate Council? So who has been appointed here? So the Prime Minister, that is Narendra Modi, has been appointed as the chairperson of this Interstate Council. Right? Apart from this ISC, this ISC, right? It was reconstituted previously in 2022 and it is a constitutional body, that is it is not a permanent body, and it is established under Article 263 of the Constitution of India. Also remember, Government of India has also restructured the standing committee of the ISC and has appointed Amit Shah as the chairperson of this standing committee. Next, which country has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with India to boost air defense capabilities in India? It is Russia, right? India's Bharat Dynamics Limited and Russia's Rosobor-Export ROB of Russia, they together partnered and they have signed a memorandum of understanding where they will be boosting the India's air defense capabilities, and for which India will be procuring Pantsir air defense systems and it will be procured from Russia. Next, according to the recently released report, World Intellectual Property Indicators, that is WIPO report for 2024, right? It stated that India has ranked what? With 64,480 patent applications, domestic applications comprising over half of 55.2, right? So India stands at the 6th position in the WIPO index, that is your World Intellectual Property Organization's index that talks about the intellectual property rights, right? And India secured 6th position here, right? Take a note of this. Next is, which bank or organization has recently expanded their foreign exchange reporting requirements to include spot deals in the trade repository of Clearing Corporation of India of the Indian foreign market? So it is RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, and this will will be from effect from 10th of Feb 2025. The authorized dealers, they must report all the interbank foreign exchange spots including the cash and tomorrow next day transactions that are undertaken by them to the trade repository of CCIL. What is a spot deal? A spot deal in forex is a transaction where two currencies are exchanged at the current market rate and the settlement occurs within the 2 business days. Next, RBI extended the deadline to implement the cassette swap mechanism for money replenishment in the ATMs to dash. So it has been extended to 31st of March 2025. This cassette swap mechanism, which these cassettes contains the cash, right? And these are swapped so that new cash can come once it is emptied. So RBI has extended the deadline for this cassette swap mechanism for money replenishment in ATMs and it has been extended to 31st of March 2025. Next, India's overall export, that includes your merchandise and service combined for April to October, it is projected to be how much? It is projected at $468.27 billion with a positive growth of 7.28%. Next, who has recently secured the top position in the Fortune 100 most powerful people in business 2024 released by Fortune magazine? So Elon Musk, and also remember he has secured, or he is in the now the $300 billion club and he's the richest person in history. He owns Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Boring Company. Then he is followed by Jensen Huang, the CEO of Nvidia on second position, Satya Nadella on the third position in the Fortune 100 most powerful people in business 2024. If we talk about Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries Limited, he is at the 12th position. Next, who has recently elected as the 13th president of International Hockey Federation? So Mohammad Tayyab Ikram has been appointed as the 13th president of the International Hockey Federation. Next, name the Indian cricketer who recently announced his retirement from all the forms of cricket. So Vridhiman Shah has announced retirement from all the forms of cricket after 20 years of his career. Next, which organization has recently signed a contract with Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory of DRDO for design and construction of acoustic research ship? So this acoustic research ship, right, for its construction and design purposes, right, which organization has signed a contract? It is your GRSC, that is Garden Region Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. They have recently partnered with the arm, or they have partnered with an arm of DRDO, that is NPOL, Naval Physical and Oceanographic Laboratory, for the development of this acoustic research ship for this design and construction. This contract is worth 490.98 crore rupees. Next, who has recently inaugurated the new Consulate General of India in Brisbane, Australia? So Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, that is External Minister of India, External Affairs Minister of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has inaugurated the new Consulate General of India in Brisbane, Australia. Next, which ministry has recently signed an MOU with the International Energy Agency to enhance collaboration in the field of critical minerals? So it is Ministry of Mines. This partnership is expected to provide India with access to reliable data, in-depth analysis, policy guidance, right, and critically resource strategic, also to manage these critical minerals, these resources strategically. Next, according to the Central Electricity Authority report, India's total renewable energy based electricity generation capacity has reached how much? It has reached 203.18 gigawatt in October 2024. Also, this is in the pipeline where we want to achieve, or the government of India wants to achieve, 500 gigawatt of non-fossil sources of energy by 2030. Next, which organization has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs to promote and strengthen the sustainable development in urban areas in India? So which is that organization? It is United Nations Human Settlement Program. They have recently signed this memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, and you will be seeing this is for the sustainable development in the urban areas of India. Right here the focus will be on the SDG 11, Sustainable Development Goal 11, that is sustainable cities and communities. For this, Rasta initiative has been approved, and also this will help us to transition from $3 trillion economy to a $5 trillion economy within the next few years. Next, which country has recently signed a memorandum of intent with the India for the co-development of unicorn mast for fitment on board ships of the Indian Navy? It is Japan country. They have signed this memorandum of intent for the development of this unicorn mast. Right, this initiative will enhance the technological capabilities of Indian Navy and was India's first military technology transfer pact with Japan. So this question can be asked that what is the product for which the first technology transfer pact has been signed with Japan? It is unicorn mast. Next, which banks have been recently designated as the domestic systematically important banks for 2024 by RBI? So which are these banks? They are State Bank of India, HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. These banks are considered DSIB, that is your domestic systematically important banks. These banks are considered too big to fail, and they must maintain the higher common equity tier 1 capital buffer to ensure the financial stability. Next, according to recently released data by the Ministry of Finance, the cumulative business of public sector banks of year-on-year growth of 11% in the first half of the FY25 reached at how much? It reached at 236 trillion rupees. Next, name the multi-barrel rocket launcher weapon system that has recently completed the flight test of DRDO. It is Pinaka, right? Pinaka is the name of the multi-barrel rocket launcher weapon system, right, that was developed and tested by DRDO. Correct? Take a note of this. This Pinaka system, it will be replacing the Russian Grad BM-21 rocket launcher in the Indian Army. This Pinaka will have a range of 75 kilometers and has a capability to strike within the 10 meter of its target. Next, where was the new butterfly park open in November 2024? So this new butterfly park, this is located where? At the Pakki Tiger Reserve, that is in Arunachal Pradesh. Right? Next, which organization stepped into its 50th year of inception on the 1st of November 2024? It is Coal India Limited. And this significant event not only celebrated the Coal India Limited's remarkable contribution to the nation's energy over the past 5 decades, but also laid the foundation for the future initiatives. Right? Next, and this was the 50th Foundation Day, right, celebrated at their headquarter of Coal India Limited, that is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Next, name the pilot project that was recently launched by the Ministry of Science and Technology under National Geospatial Policy 2022 to illustrate the possible applications of geospatial technologies. It is Operation Dronagiri. Right? And remember, this Operation Dronagiri is a pilot project under National Geospatial Policy that will illustrate the potential applications of geospatial. Right? This will be seen in the pilot basis in states such as Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Assam, Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra. This will be benefiting in sectors such as agriculture, right, defense and so on. Next, which act permits the recent rule about light motor vehicle drivers operating transport vehicles under 7500 kg without additional authorization? Right, Supreme Court has given this order, and a question asks is that which is that act name is being asked. So it is Motor Vehicle Act of 1988, under which Supreme Court of India has permitted that the drivers who are holding the light motor vehicle license, they will now be allowed to operate the vehicles that are under 7500 kg payload, and that means they can now work as a driver in them, right? They don't have to take the heavy motor license. Next, SEBI has directed all the qualified stock brokers to offer either the facility of trading in the secondary market using the UPI block mechanism or 3-in-1 trading account facility to the investors, to the traders. Question asked here is that when this will facility come into effect? This facility will be coming into effect from 1st of February 2025, right? From 1st of Feb 2025, this will be coming into effect. Next, which bank organization has recently released the report Own Sources of Revenue Generation in Municipal Corporation, Opportunities and Challenges? So this has been released by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. and this report analyzed the budgetary data of 232 MNCs covering over 90% of India's total municipal corporations, right? Not MNCs, municipal corporations. Next, which country has recently initiated the first ever electricity with an export of up to 40 megawatt hydropower to Bangladesh by utilizing India's electricity grid? See, this is Nepal, this is our India, and here it is Bangladesh. So Nepal is generating electricity using hydropower. Then they will be transporting this electricity to Bangladesh, and for this the electricity grids will be used of our India. So India is acting as a mediator where they will be helping to transport the electricity generated in Nepal using hydropower to Bangladesh using the electricity grid of India. So right option, which country has initiated the first ever electricity export? It is of Nepal. Next, which airport has recently achieved Airport Excellence Awards during the Saudi Airport Exhibition 2024? It is your GMR Hyderabad International Airport Limited of Telangana. Right, they have achieved the international recognition for their innovative advancements in aviation at the Airport Excellence Award during the Saudi Airport Exhibition 2024. Next is Indian Olympic Association submitted a letter of intent to the IOC's Future Host Commission to host Olympic and Paralympic Games of dash year. So it will be for which year that our India is planning to host the Olympic Games? It is in 2036. Right, and who will be seen as the front runner here? Ahmedabad will be seen as the front runner, which has the largest stadium in the world, that is Narendra Modi Stadium. Next, who is the author of biography of late Mr. Ratan Tata? That is Ratan Tata, A Life. This is the name of the biography. So Thomas Matthew has authored this biography of late Mr. Ratan Tata ji. This book will be published by HarperCollins India. Next, what was the denomination of commemorative postage stamp that was recently launched for the Sickle Cell Eradication 2047 initiative? That is 5 rupees. Right, and this displays a slogan also, that is Sickle Cell Eradication 2047. Next is, which bank has recently announced the investment of an additional 5,113 crore rupees into its Indian operations to support the expansion efforts? So it is Deutsche Bank. This is a bank of Germany, and they have announced an additional investment of 5,113 crore rupees in India's operation to support their expansion. Next is, who has been recently crowned Miss Universe 2024 at the 73rd edition of Miss Universe that was held in Mexico? So Maria Victoria Thelvig, right, 21. She is from Denmark and she has been crowned as the Miss Universe 2024 during the 73rd edition of Miss Universe held in Mexico. Riya Singh of Gujarat, she secured the 30th position here. Next, who has been recently appointed as the 17th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka? So Harini Amrisurya has been appointed as the 17th Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. Next, who has recently sworn in as the 15th Comptroller and Auditor General of India? So K. Sanjay Murthy, a 1989 batch IAS officer of Himachal Pradesh cadre, has been appointed as the 15th Comptroller and Auditor General of India. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Girish Chandra Murmu. Next, which satellite recently launched by SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket in Florida, USA? It was GSAT-20. Correct. This satellite is developed by New Space India Limited. This is the commercial arm of ISRO, and this is the first collaboration between NSIL and SpaceX. Next, in which state DRDO has recently conducted the flight trial of India's first long-range hypersonic missile? So this long-range hypersonic missile was tested in Odisha at ITR Odisha. Right, then remember that was in ITR, or you can say, where was this? Not at ITR, it was tested at the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island in Odisha. Right, and this hypersonic missile can travel at a speed of 5 Mach. Mach is the speed of sound. 1 Mach is equal to the speed of sound. 5 Mach, 5 times the speed of sound. Next, who has recently won both the Rapid and Blitz title at the 6th edition of the Tata Steel Chess India Rapids and Bliss tournament that was held in Kolkata, West Bengal. So location, where was this held? Kolkata, West Bengal. It is the 6th edition of it. And who has won both the titles, Rapids and Bliss both? It is Magnus Carlsen. Next, who has recently won the 3rd Rohini Nayyar prize for their outstanding contribution to rural development? So Anil Pradhan, right? He's a 28 years old engineer from Odisha who was awarded with the 3rd edition of Rohini Nayyar prize, and this is for the outstanding contribution to the rural development for his work in promoting STEM, science, engineering, technology and mathematics. And this is to promote this STEM in the rural areas, in the students of the rural areas, so that they can opt such science, technology, and they can start their career in this. Next is, where is the headquarter of International Criminal Court located? It is located in Hague, Netherlands. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Next, who has been recently elected unopposed as the next chairman of International Cricket Council with effect from 1st December 2024, and is also the youngest ever chairman of ICC. Jay Shah, the son of Amit Shah, he was also the youngest secretary of BCCI. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chairman and chief executive officer of the Railways Board? So right option here is Satish Kumar. Satish Kumar has been appointed as the chairman and chief executive officer of the Indian Railways Board. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Jaya Verma Sinha. Next is, which country has won the silver medal at the Team Challenge Marhaba Cup in the Asian Surfing Championship that was held in Maldives? So which is that country? It is our India that has won the silver medal at the Team Challenge at the Marhaba Cup that was held at Maldives. That was the Asian Surfing Championship. So our team India has won the silver medal here. Next, who has become the first Indian to qualify for the men's 3000 meter steeplechase final in the 2024 Summer Olympic Games held in Paris, France? So Avinash Sable, right, is the first Indian to qualify for the men's 3000 meter steeplechase final. Right? Next is, according to the recently launched vehicle scrapping policy or voluntary vehicle modernization program, state governments will offer a concession or a discount on motor vehicles tax of up to how much percent for non-transport vehicles. So the government will be providing a 25% discount on the motor vehicle tax if you are voluntarily opting for the scrapping of your old vehicles. Next, which organization or bank has recently introduced two new transformative digital payment solutions that are named BBPS and UPI Circle? So they have been launched by whom? They have been launched by National Payment Corporation of India. We saw the BBPS above. UPI Circle is basically, there will be a primary user and there will be a secondary users. This primary users can delegate their payments to the secondary user and can allocate that this person will be making payments on the behalf of the primary user. So right option here is National Payment Corporation of India. Next, which organization has been recently organized as the first self-regulating organization in the fintech sector by Reserve Bank of India? Which is that? That is Fintech Association for Consumers Empowerment, that is FACE. It became the first SRO, that is self-regulating organization in the fintech sector by Reserve Bank of India. This self-regulating organization means they will be making their rules, regulations that will be promoting the ethical conduct, ensuring market integrity and so on. Name the portal launched by the Ministry of Coal to assess the safety status of coal mines. So which is that portal launched by the Ministry of Coals? It is Indian Coal Mine Safety Report portal. This will basically make sure that the mines are safe for the workers. The mines are do not contain, or basically the disasters that take place in mines do not happen there. Zero accidents takes place, and that location, these mining areas, becomes safe for the workers. Correct? So for the same reason, this Indian Coal Mine Safety Report portal has been launched by Ministry of Coal. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to PM Narendra Modi's visit to Poland and Ukraine in August 2024? If we look at the options, option A and option C are right, B is wrong. A is saying India and Poland have decided to upgrade the India-Poland bilateral relations as a strategic partnership, a 5-year joint action plan from 24 to 28. Absolutely right. C is saying PM Modi presented Bhishma cubes to the government of Ukraine. These are the makeshift hospitals. So Bhishma stands for Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog Hita and Maitri, and 4 such Bhishma cubes has been granted. So absolutely right. Now option B is saying that India and Ukraine, they agreed to utilize the Joint Commission for Economic Cooperation, which is set to be held by the end of 2024. So India and Ukraine, or India or Poland, tell me first thing this. So this is given wrong, right? Next is in August, RBI modified the electronic mandate framework to include the auto replenishment of balances in dash. So RBI, they have modified the e-mandate framework that will include the auto replenishment of balances in FASTag. Now this will auto replenish the balances of FASTag and MCMC triggers whenever the balance falls below a customer defined threshold. Next, name India's first reusable hybrid rocket that was recently launched successfully by Space Zone India. But the name is Rumi 1. This is the India's first reusable hybrid rocket, and it has been developed by whom? Space Zone India in collaboration with Martin Group. Next here, remember one more thing. If we are talking about H3 rocket, it has been launched by Japan, right? Japan, that has launched an Earth observation satellite, that is Daiichi 4. Daiichi 4 is the name of an Earth observation satellite launched by Japan, correct? And they have used this H3 rocket that has been developed by JAXA to launch them in space. Next, Indian Army transferred the technology of Dash, an unmanned group vehicle, to private Indian company for mass production. So Indian Army, they have transferred the technology, that is Exploder. This is an unmanned group vehicle, and this transfer of technology took place in order to enhance the production of these vehicles, right? As we know that the private companies can produce them more faster and more cheaply. In May, which of the following organization jointly developed a unified India Organic logo to replace India Organic and Javlik Bharat logos? तो अगर यहाँ पे ऑप्शन ए बी सी देखें तो कौन सा सही होगा? तो पहले दो ऑप्शन सही हैं, फूड सिक्योरिटी एंड अथॉरिटी ऑफ फूड सेफ्टी एंड स्टैंडर्ड अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया एंड एग्रीकल्चर एंड प्रोसेस्ड फूड्स एक्सपोर्ट डेवलपमेंट अथॉरिटी, इन दोनों के द्वारा मिलकर यहाँ पे जॉइंटली यहाँ पे डेवलप किया है एक यूनिफाइड इंडिया लोगो. नेक्स्ट, in June 2024, the Department of Telecommunication has introduced Dash for making service and transactional voice calls. तो उन्होंने 160 सीरीज को यहाँ पे लॉन्च किया है फॉर मेकिंग सर्विस एंड ट्रांजैक्शनल सर्विस कॉल्स को. नेक्स्ट, सॉफ्टवेयर टेक्नोलॉजी पार्क्स ऑफ इंडिया, जो एक ऑटोनॉमस सोसाइटी है जो आपकी किस मिनिस्ट्री के अंडर आती है, जिन्होंने सेलिब्रेट किया 33वां फाउंडेशन डे ऑन 6 जून अंडर द थीम पोजिशनिंग भारत एज अ टेक प्रोडक्ट नेशन. तो ये STPI ऑटोनॉमस जो सोसाइटी है, ये आपके मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी के अंडर आती है. नेक्स्ट, नरेंद्र मोदी, इनको स्वान इन किया गया प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया फॉर द थर्ड कॉन्सिक्यूटिव टाइम आफ्टर बीजेपी लेड NDA, इनको मेजॉरिटी मिली इन द डैश लोकसभा इलेक्शन. तो ये 18वां लोकसभा इलेक्शन है, राइट? एंड इसके दौरान प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी थर्ड कॉन्सिक्यूटिव टाइम यहाँ पे आपके PM बने हैं इंडिया के. नेक्स्ट, हु हैज़ रिसेंटली बिकेम द इंडियन नेवीज फर्स्ट वीमेन हेलीकॉप्टर पायलट? तो वह अनामिका बी राजीव, ये इंडियन नेवी की पहली वीमेन हेलीकॉप्टर पायलट यहाँ पे बनी है. नेक्स्ट, किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिसेंटली लॉन्च किया एम ICD के वाटर चैलेंज 4.0 एंड द 5th एडिशन ऑफ द इनोवेशंस फॉर यू, जिसका एम रहेगा इनोवेशन को बढ़ावा देना एंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी को बढ़ावा देना इंडिया में. तो किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने लॉन्च किया इसको? तो नीति आयोग. अगर आप यहाँ से भी ये ध्यान दे सकते हैं कि AIM क्या है, अटल इनोवेशन मिशन, ये किसका है? नीति आयोग का ये इनिशिएटिव है, राइट? चलिए, किस स्टेट या विच स्टेट बिकेम द फर्स्ट इन इंडिया टू अनाउंस 1 करोड़ रुपीज़ इन इंश्योरेंस कंपनसेशन फॉर द एम्प्लॉयज़ जिनका निधन हो जाता है किसी रोड एक्सीडेंट में? तो ये किसके द्वारा इनिशिएटिव लिया गया है? तो ये लिया गया है आपका कर्नाटका स्टेट के द्वारा कि अपने गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयज़ को अगर उनका किसी रोड एक्सीडेंट में निधन हो जाता है तो उनको 1 करोड़ रुपए तक का यहाँ पे मुआवजा मिलेगा, मुआवजा या फिर हम बोले कंपनसेशन मिलेगा, इंश्योरेंस कंपनसेशन मिलेगा। नेक्स्ट, इन जून गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने एक्सटेंड किया डिजिटल हेल्थ इंसेंटिव स्कीम को बाय अ ईयर अप टू व्हाट। तो 1 साल से एक्सटेंड करके इसको 30 जून 2025 कर दिया गया है, जो कि पहले 30 जून 2024 तक था। नेक्स्ट, किस स्टेट सेक्रेटरीट ने रिसेंटली बिकेम इंडियाज फर्स्ट इको फ्रेंडली स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हेडक्वार्टर। तो किस स्टेट का, तो वो है असम स्टेट का सेक्रेटरीट जो है वो इंडिया का पहला इको फ्रेंडली स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हेडक्वार्टर बन गया है। एंड यहीं पे असम की बात करें तो इनके यहाँ पे इन्होंने अपने सेक्रेटरीट 2.5 मेगावाट का पूरा एक प्लांट सेटअप किया है, जिसको सेटअप करने के लिए 2.5 करोड़ की लागत लगी है। एंड ये जो प्लांट रहेगा ये सोलर पावर रहेगा। नेक्स्ट, which consortium has recently launched Black Hole Finder app to help astronomers identify new black holes? This will be Dutch Black Hole Consortium. This will help the astronomers to identify the new black holes. This app is available in 8 languages that includes Dutch, English, Spanish, German, Chinese, Bengali also, Polish and Italian. Next, which of the following is not one of the 5 districts that were newly created in Union Territory of Ladakh? So among them, which is it? Hemis. Hemis is not the district, rest are the districts. Earlier there were 2 districts, now 5 new districts has been created, so a total number of districts are 7 in Ladakh. Next, India has recently become 18th Security of Supplies Arrangement partner of United States of America. That means if there is a war at that time, USA and India, they will be helping each other in order to provide the necessary resources at the time of the war. And India is the 18th such security of supplies arrangement partner of USA and vice versa. Next, which Indian city ranked second in the annual price rise of prime residential properties during the second quarter of 2024 calendar year 24 according to the Prime Global Cities Index quarter 2 of 2024 by Knight Frank? So it will be Mumbai. Mumbai secured second annually, right? Take a note of this. Whereas if we talk about New Delhi, they were at the third position, right? Which is the country that's or city that secured the first position? It is Manila of Philippines that saw the highest price rise. Next, which organization has recently introduced ULI, that is Unified Lending Interface, to facilitate seamless credit access? So it is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. They have launched this ULI facility. This will be a pilot program that was initiated in 2023 to facilitate the seamless credit access, and it will be launched worldwide soon. This is based on the success of UPI that was launched in 2016 by National Payment Corporation of India. With this ULI platform, it will become easy for the lending and all the process that will include your PAN card also, Aadhaar card also, all the credit histories will be checked and so on. Next, which organization has recently signed an MOU with Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority to fund 45,000 crore rupees for the various infrastructure projects? It is REC, Rural Electrification Corporation Limited. They have recently signed this MOU with Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority to fund 45,000 crore rupees for various infrastructure projects. Next, according to SBI's ERD Economic Research Department report, that is ECORAP, India's GDP is expected to grow by dash in the first quarter of financial year 25. So in the first quarter, it is expected to be between 7 to 7.1%, but we saw that in the first quarter of FY25 we clocked 6.8% of 6.7% of the GDP growth rate. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chairperson of NASSCOM with immediate effect, succeeding Rajesh Nambiar? So Sindhu Gangadharan has been appointed as the new chairperson of NASSCOM and will be succeeding whom? She will be succeeding Rajesh Nambiar. Next, name the former Lebanese Prime Minister who passed away in August 2024. So Salim Ahmad Al-Hus is the former Prime Minister of Lebanon who recently passed away. Next, Bank of Baroda, they have raised 5,000 crore rupees through 10-year infrastructure bond with how much percent interest rate? So Bank of Baroda, they have raised 5,000 crore rupees through a 10-year infrastructure bond with 7.3% interest rate. And these bonds are offering AAA rating. Correct? Next, which state bank has recently taken action to declare Samantham tank as bird sanctuary? It is Tamil Nadu state. Correct? Tamil Nadu, they have declared Samantham tank as bird sanctuary. Correct? And they have documented more than 300 rare species of birds in this bird sanctuary. Next, in which year Jal Jeevan Mission was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi? So it was the year 2019 in which we observed Jal Jeevan Mission. Also remember, this year 2024, it was the 5th anniversary of the Jal Jeevan Mission. नेक्स्ट द यूनियन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इन्होंने पार्टनर किया किस कंट्री के साथ टू बूस्ट इंडियाज एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर विद एमर्जिंग स्किल्स? तो कौन सी कंट्री ने या फिर यूनियन मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इन्होंने पार्टनर किया किस कंट्री के साथ? तो ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ यहाँ पार्टनर किया ताकि एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में लोगों को स्किल्स प्रोवाइड किया जा सके एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट हो सके. नेक्स्ट, विच स्टेट्स टूरिज्म बोर्ड हैज़ रिसेंटली लॉन्च्ड पीएम श्री पर्यटन वायु सेवा, जो कि एक इंटरस्टेट एयर सर्विस है जो कनेक्ट करती है स्टेट के रिलीजियस एंड टूरिस्ट स्पॉट्स को बाय एयर. तो किसके द्वारा, कौन सी स्टेट है वो जिनके द्वारा ये पीएम श्री पर्यटन वायु सेवा को लॉन्च किया गया है? तो मध्य प्रदेश के द्वारा इस स्कीम को यहाँ पे लॉन्च किया गया है. एयर टैक्सी सर्विस आप इसको कह सकते हैं. Next, which airport has recently received a license extension from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation for a period of 5 years? तो वो है महर्षि वाल्मीकि इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट अयोध्या यूपी का. इनको यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट DGCA से लाइसेंस मिलकर एक्सटेंशन मिल गया 5 साल के लिए एंड ये एक इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है, ये भी ध्यान रखेंगे. Next, name the state that has recently launched the first of its kind centralized admission portal for admission to undergraduate courses in the state government colleges and recognized यूनिवर्सिटीज़. तो वो है वेस्ट बंगाल. इनके द्वारा लॉन्च किया गया है ये सेंट्रलाइज्ड एडमिशन पोर्टल ताकि अंडर ग्रेजुएट कोर्सेज में स्टेट के जो कॉलेजेस हैं उसमें आपके बच्चों का एडमिशन कराया जा सके. नेक्स्ट, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने नोटिफाई किया दैट सम सेक्शंस ऑफ द टेलीकम्युनिकेशन एक्ट ऑफ 2023 आर सेट टू बी इफेक्टिव. कब से? तो ये भी 26 जून 2024 से लागू हो जाएंगे. नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पॉइंट्स आर करेक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द 3 न्यू क्रिमिनल लॉज? तो जो 1 जुलाई से 3 नए क्रिमिनल लॉज लागू हो रहे हैं वो कौन कौन से हैं? भारतीय न्याय संहिता, भारतीय नागरिक सुरक्षा संहिता एंड भारतीय साक्ष्य अधिनियम एक्ट. तो ये तीनों लॉज यहाँ पे, तीनों क्रिमिनल लॉज यहाँ पे लागू हो रहे हैं. नेक्स्ट, BIS द ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स, इन्होंने 2 नए स्टैंडर्ड्स यहाँ पे लॉन्च किए, IS 8590 एंड दूसरा IS 18606. ये एनहेंस करेगा सेफ्टी एंड क्वालिटी ऑफ डैश इन इंडिया. तो इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स की जो भी क्वालिटी मेंटेन की जाएगी उसके अंडर यहाँ पे ये 2 स्टैंडर्ड्स लॉन्च किए गए हैं एंड इन स्टैंडर्ड्स के हिसाब से ही, इन गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से ही यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स को बनाया जाएगा. Which organization successfully demonstrated a technique to study ocean and soil parameters by using satellite-based sensor global navigation system reflectometry, that is GNSSR. So which is that organization? It is ISRO. ISRO has successfully demonstrated this technology to collect data on soil moisture, surface indentation, ocean surface and wave measurement. Next, when was the National Small Industry Day annually observed across India? It is 30th of August we observe National Small Industries Day and we know these small industries how much they are important for us. Correct? Here only remember UN MSME Day. When do we observe this UN MSME Day? This is 27th of June. Next, who has recently won the bronze medal in the women's 10,000 meter race walk event in the World Under-20 Athletes Championship 2024 held in Peru? So this is a 10,000 race walk and 10,000 meter race walk and she will be Aarti who has won the bronze medal here. Right? Next. In August, India's indigenously developed RT-PCR kit received approval from Central Protection Drug Standards Control Organization to fight against which disease? Against monkeypox, right? Even World Health Organization, they have declared an emergency related to this mpox. Next, who has recently won the F1 British Grand Prix in England, UK? किनके द्वारा जीती गई ब्रिटिश ग्रैंड पिक्स? तो ये लुइस हैमिल्टन के द्वारा जीती गई. लुइस हैमिल्टन की बात करें तो ये ब्रिटिश ड्राइवर है, करेक्ट, एंड ये मर्सिडीज़ के लिए ड्राइव करते हैं. यहाँ पे सेकंड पोजीशन पे कौन रहे? सेकंड पोजीशन पे मैक्स वर्स्टैपन, थर्ड पोजीशन पर आ जाते हैं लैंडो नॉरिस। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज बीन रिसेंटली अपॉइंटेड एज शेफ द मिशन फॉर द इंडियन कंटिजेंट एट द पेरिस ओलंपिक्स 2024? तो किनको अपॉइंट किया गया था यहाँ पर शेफ द मिशन? तो वो है गगन नारंग को अपॉइंट किया गया था शेफ द मिशन, करेक्ट। एंड नेक्स्ट पे है फिर पहले नेक्स्ट है नेम द इंडियन प्लेयर हु हैज रिसेंटली वन द मेंस सिंगल्स टाइटल एट सेंट डेनिस रियूनियन ओपन 2024। सो थरुण मन्नेपल्ली, राइट, ये वो इंडियन प्लेयर हैं जिन्होंने मेंस सिंगल टाइटल जीता है एट द सेंट डेनिस रियूनियन ओपन 2024। ये इवेंट या फिर थरुण मन्नेपल्ली किस स्पोर्ट से बिलोंग करते हैं? तो ये बिलोंग करते हैं बैडमिंटन से। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज बीन रिसेंटली अपॉइंटेड एज द न्यू हेड कोच ऑफ इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम सीनियर मैन के लिए 2027 तक? तो वो कौन रहेंगे? गौतम गंभीर। इन्होंने किनको सक्सीड किया? राहुल द्राविड़ को सक्सीड किया, और अब ये 4 साल के लिए यहाँ पे कोच रहेंगे इंडियन मैन सीनियर क्रिकेट टीम के। नेक्स्ट, विच ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैज रिसेंटली बीन नेम्ड एज द प्रिंसिपल स्पॉन्सर ऑफ द इंडियन टीम एट द 2024 पेरिस ओलंपिक्स? तो अडानी ग्रुप यहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल स्पॉन्सर था इंडियन टीम का एट द पेरिस ओलंपिक गेम्स 2024। नेक्स्ट, प्यूमा इंडिया, इन्होंने पार्टनर किया इंडियन ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन के साथ टू बिकम द ऑफिशियल फुटवियर पार्टनर ऑफ द इंडियन कंटिजेंट एट द पेरिस ओलंपिक गेम्स। इनके स्पोर्ट्स वियर 100 से भी ज़्यादा एथलीट्स के स्पोर्ट्स वियर, इनके बैग्स एंड अदर एसेसरीज यहाँ पे स्पॉन्सर की गई प्यूमा के द्वारा। नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज आर इनकरेक्ट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द 137th एडिशन ऑफ द विंबलडन चैंपियनशिप हेल्ड फ्रॉम 1st of July to 14th of July इन लंडन यूके? तो यहाँ पे अगर हम ऑप्शंस देखें तो कौन सा ऑप्शंस ठीक रहेंगे ए बी सी में से? ज़रा बताइए। तो यहाँ पे हमें पूछा है इनकरेक्ट, सॉरी गलत कौन सा रहेगा? तो बी गलत है, ए और सी सही है। ये कह रहे हैं कि स्पेन के कार्लोस एल्क्रेस ने यहाँ पे जीता मेंस सिंगल टाइटल, डिफीटेड नोवेक जोकोविच ऑफ सर्बिया इन द फाइनल, बिल्कुल सही। सी ऑप्शन है ग्रेट ब्रिटेन के हेनरी पैटन एंड फिनलैंड की हैरी हेलियोवारा, इन्होंने मेंस डबल टाइटल को जीता बाय डिफीटिंग ऑस्ट्रेलियाज पेयर इन द फाइनल, बिल्कुल सही। बी ऑप्शन कह रहा है कि ईगा स्वातिक जो कि पोलैंड की हैं, इन्होंने वीमेन सिंगल टाइटल जीता बाय डिफीटिंग जैस्मिन पाओलिनी ऑफ इटली। तो नहीं, ईगा स्वातिक ने नहीं जीता, बारबरा ने जीता है, बारबरा के द्वारा जीता जो कि चेक रिपब्लिक से बिलोंग करती हैं। अब 3 ऑप्शन ठीक है आपके। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज़ वन द 17th एडिशन ऑफ यूएफए यूरो कप 2024? तो यूरो कप किन के द्वारा जीता गया? स्पेन के द्वारा यूरो कप जीता गया है। ये 17वां एडिशन था यूरो कप का, एंड स्पेन ने ये चौथी बार इस यूरो कप को जीता। इससे पहले इन्होंने इसको जीता था 1964 में, देन 2008 में, फिर 2012 में, और अब 2024 में इनका ये चौथा टाइटल रहेगा। नेक्स्ट, किस कंट्री ने रिसेंटली अभी 48th एडिशन ऑफ कोपा अमेरिका हेल्ड इन यूएसए जीता? कोपा अमेरिका किस से बिलोंग करता है? ये फुटबॉल से बिलोंग करता है। एंड किसके द्वारा जीता गया? अर्जेंटीना के द्वारा कोपा अमेरिका को यहाँ पे जीता गया। कोपा अमेरिका का ये 48th एडिशन था जो अभी हुआ था। नेक्स्ट, इंडियन चैंपियंस लेड बाय युवराज सिंह। देखो इंडियन चैंपियंस क्या था कि जो रिटायर्ड क्रिकेटर्स होते हैं ना हर कंट्री के, उनकी अपनी टीम बनती है, एंड उनका भी ये इवेंट हुआ था। इनॉग्रल एडिशन था, तो हम कह सकते हैं फर्स्ट एडिशन था ये चैंपियंस का, वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस का। ये एडिशन हुआ था, किसके द्वारा होस्ट किया गया था? इंग्लैंड के द्वारा होस्ट किया गया था। इंडियन चैंपियंस को किसके द्वारा लीड किया गया था? युवराज सिंह के द्वारा। एंड जो इनॉग्रल एडिशन था वो इंडियन चैंपियंस के द्वारा यहाँ पे जीत लिया गया है। तो क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है कि किसके द्वारा होस्ट किया गया था? इंग्लैंड के द्वारा होस्ट किया गया था। नेक्स्ट, डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह, यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, जिनके पास इंडिपेंडेंट चार्ज है फॉर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, इन्होंने 1 वीक 1 थीम कैंपेन को लॉन्च किया है अंडर CSIR, काउंसिल ऑफ साइंटिफिक एंड इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च। राइट, ये डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करता है रिसेंट सक्सेस स्टोरीज ऑफ इंडिया इन वेरियस स्ट्रीम्स ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी। नेक्स्ट, इन विच स्टेट डिड द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कोल लॉन्च इंडियाज फर्स्ट एवर अंडरग्राउंड कोल गैसिफिकेशन पायलट प्रोजेक्ट एट कास्ता कोल ब्लॉक? तो वो कौन सा स्टेट है? राइट, इन विच स्टेट मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कोल के द्वारा इंडिया का पहला अंडरग्राउंड कोल गैसिफिकेशन पायलट प्रोजेक्ट को लॉन्च किया गया एट द कास्ता कोल ब्लॉक? तो ये झारखंड स्टेट में लॉन्च किया गया है। नेक्स्ट, विच मिनिस्ट्री हैज़ रिसेंटली लॉन्च 100 days स्पेशल अवेयरनेस कैंपेन ऑन वीमेन एम्पावरमेंट? सिंपल है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वीमेन एम्पावरमेंट एंड या फिर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ वीमेन एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट के द्वारा इसको लॉन्च किया गया है 100 days स्पेशल अवेयरनेस कैंपेन ऑन वीमेन एम्पावरमेंट। नेक्स्ट,
यूनियन हेल्थ मिनिस्टर जेपी नड्डा जी, इन्होंने नेशनल कैंपेन लॉन्च किया डैश। तो ये जो नेशनल कैंपेन है ना, ये आपका डायरिया स्टॉप या फिर नेशनल स्टॉप डायरिया कैंपेन का नाम है। डायरिया को ख़त्म करने के लिए लॉन्च किया गया था। इस कैंपेन का एक स्लोगन भी याद रखेंगे, वो आपका क्या रहेगा, बेसिकली डायरिया की रोकथाम, सफाई और ORS की रखें अपना ध्यान, राइट। तो मार्क करके चलेंगे। नेक्स्ट, नेम द यूनियन मिनिस्टर हु रिसेंटली लॉन्च द फास्ट ट्रैक इमिग्रेशन ट्रस्टेड ट्रैवलर प्रोग्राम टू एक्सपीडिएट द इमिग्रेशन प्रोसेस फॉर प्री वेरीफाइड इंडियन नेशनल्स एंड ओवरसीज सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया कार्ड होल्डर्स। देखो, मान लो कोई रेगुलर ट्रैवलर है और इमिग्रेशन में काफ़ी चेकअप में टाइम लग जाता है, तो जो एग्जिस्टिंग ट्रैवलर्स होंगे ना, बेसिकली हम जो ट्रस्टेड ट्रैवलर्स होंगे उनको वेरीफाई किया जाएगा, पहले उनकी KYC अच्छे से की जाएगी। एंड अगर वो ट्रस्टेड ट्रैवलर्स हो जाते हैं तो उनकी जो इमिग्रेशन प्रोसेस है वो बहुत ईजी हो जाएगी, टाइम टेकिंग नहीं रहेगी। सिमिलरली जो आपके ओवरसीज सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया कार्ड होल्डर्स रहेंगे ना, उनके लिए भी ये आपका जो प्रोसेस रहेगा इमिग्रेशन का वो बहुत ज़्यादा इजी हो जाएगा एंड कंफर्टिंग हो जाएगा, राइट। उसमें आपको टाइम नहीं लगेगा। तो ये बेनिफिट, ये सर्विस किसके द्वारा लॉन्च की, ये प्रोग्राम किसके द्वारा लॉन्च करने की बात की गई, हमारे होम मिनिस्टर अमित शाह जी के द्वारा। नेक्स्ट, व्हेन सेंट्रल पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग हैज़ रिसेंटली रिसीव्ड द नवरत्ना स्टेटस फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक एंटरप्राइज। तो नवरत्ना स्टेटस किसको मिला था अभी, मडगांव डॉक शिप बिल्डर्स लिमिटेड को मिला था। नेक्स्ट, नेम द सेंट्रल पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग दैट हैज रिसेंटली रिसीव्ड द मिनी रत्ना कैटेगरी 1 स्टेटस फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक एंटरप्राइज अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस। तो बताइए, वो है सेंट्रल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स लिमिटेड CEL। इनको यहाँ पे अभी रिसीव हुआ मिनी रत्ना कैटेगरी 1 स्टेटस फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक एंटरप्राइज। नेक्स्ट, किस मिनिस्ट्री ने रिसेंटली लॉन्च किया नेशन वाइड कैंपेन ऑन टोबैको फ्री एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस। तो किस मिनिस्ट्री के द्वारा इसको लॉन्च किया गया है, वो रहेगी आपकी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन।
नेम द BTS मेंबर जो पहले कोरियन सिंगर बने जिन्होंने कैरी किया 2024 के पेरिस ओलंपिक गेम्स टॉर्च को, या फिर हम कह सकते हैं ये पहले कोरियन व्यक्ति बने जिन्होंने टॉर्च को, जो ओलंपिक टॉर्च होती है, उसको कैरी करा। तो कौन रहेंगे, ये हैं किम सियोजकिन। ये एक K-pop बैंड मेंबर हैं। K-pop वहाँ का एक, आप कह सकते हैं, डांसिंग एंड सिंगिंग इवेंट टाइप होता है आपका, एक इवेंट या फिर हम बोलें तो एक जॉनर होता है, राइट। काफ़ी फेमस है K-pop साउथ कोरिया में, इवन इंडिया में भी उसकी काफ़ी पॉपुलैरिटी बढ़ती दिख रही है, करेक्ट। तो उनके मेंबर किम शॉजकिन, इनके द्वारा यहाँ पे ये वो पहले मेंबर बने टू कैरी पेरिस ओलंपिक गेम्स टॉर्च। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज़ बिन रिसेंटली अपॉइंटेड एज द रिप्रेजेंटेटिव फॉर साउथ एशिया इन द एशियन पैरालंपिक कमेटी। तो कौन बने, वो हैं दीपा मलिक। दीपा मलिक किस स्पोर्ट से बिलोंग करती हैं, ये शॉर्ट पुट से बिलोंग करती हैं। एंड ये पहली फीमेल बनी थी जिन्होंने सिल्वर मेडल जीता था 2016 के पैरालंपिक गेम्स के दौरान, रियो पैरालंपिक गेम्स के दौरान। इनको अर्जुना अवार्ड से सम्मानित किया जा चुका है 2012 में, पद्मा श्री से 2017 में, मेजर ध्यानचंद खेल रत्न अवार्ड से 2019 में। नेक्स्ट, हु रिसेंटली वन द AIFF मेंस फुटबॉलर ऑफ द ईयर 23-24 के लिए, वो हैं लेलेंजुला चंगाटे। ये मिजोरम से बिलोंग करते हैं। एंड यहीं पे बात करें AIFF वीमेंस फुटबॉलर ऑफ द ईयर किसके द्वारा जीता गया, वो हैं इंदुमती कैथीसरन। ये बिलोंग करती हैं तमिलनाडु से एंड इनको सम्मानित किया गया। शी हैज़ बीन नेम्ड एज AIFF वीमेन फुटबॉलर ऑफ द ईयर 23-24 के लिए। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज़ रिसेंटली वन ब्रॉन्ज मेडल इन द सेबर कैटेगरी एट द कॉमनवेल्थ जूनियर एंड कैडेट फेंसिंग चैंपियनशिप, जो कि न्यूजीलैंड में हुई। तो श्रेया गुप्ता, राइट। श्रेया गुप्ता ये जम्मू एंड कश्मीर से बिलोंग करती हैं एंड इन्होंने यहाँ पे ब्रॉन्ज मेडल जीता है, मार्क करके चलेंगे, फेंसिंग इवेंट में। नेक्स्ट, हु हैज़ रिसेंटली वन द F1 हंगेरियन ग्रैंड प्रिक्स, जो कि हंगरी में हुई। तो ऑस्कर पिएस्ट्री, राइट, इन्होंने F1 हंगेरियन ग्रैंड प्रिक्स को जीत लिया है। ये ऑस्ट्रेलियन ड्राइवर हैं, ये मैकलैरन के लिए ड्राइव करते हैं, राइट। सेकंड पोजीशन पे कौन आए, लैंडो नॉरिस सेकंड पोजीशन पर आए। एंड यहीं पे लुइस हैमिल्टन की बात करें, इन्होंने थर्ड पोजीशन इन्होंने सिक्योर करी। नेक्स्ट, विच सिटी हैज़ रिसेंटली इलेक्टेड टू होस्ट 26th पैरालंपिक एंड ओलंपिक एंड पैरालंपिक विंटर गेम्स 2030 में। तो ये फ्रेंच एल्प्स में होगा, फ्रांस में, 26वां एडिशन ऑफ द ओलंपिक एंड पैरालंपिक विंटर गेम्स। यहीं पे अगर मैं 27वें एडिशन की बात करूं तो वो कहाँ पर होगा, वो होगा आपका सॉल्ट लेक सिटी यूटा में। ये कहाँ पर है, ये आपका USA में है, ठीक है। ये मार्क करेंगे, अच्छा क्वेश्चन है ये भी। चलिए,
नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, हु हैज़ रिसेंटली वन द F1 बेल्जियन ग्रैंड पिक्स हेल्ड एट द बेल्जियम। तो बेल्जियम में हुआ था। बेल्जियम ग्रैंड पिक्स किसके द्वारा जीती गई? तो लुइस हैमिल्टन के द्वारा यहाँ पे बेल्जियम ग्रैंड पिक्स को जीता गया है। ये मर्सिडीज के लिए ड्राइव करते हैं, ब्रिटिश रेसर है, ठीक है। एंड ऑस्कर पिएस्ट्री यहाँ पे सेकंड पोजीशन पर आए एंड चार्ल्स लेसलर यहाँ पर थर्ड पोजीशन पर आए। Which of the following firms is not involved in the combination approved by CCI with respect to the merger of Reliance Industries Limited media asset with Walt Disney? Among them, it is Z Media Corporation that is not involved in the combination. Rest all are involved in this merger. Next is Ministry of Defence. They have placed an order worth 837 crore rupees for the import of an additional 73,000 SIG 716 semi-automatic assault rifles from Indian Army from SIG SOR Incorporation of which country? It is of USA. Next, when was the International Day Against Nuclear Test annually observed across the globe? So, International Day Against Nuclear Test is annually observed across the globe on 29th of August. 2nd of April is observed as International Children Book Day. 5th of May is observed as World Laughter Day. Next, which country has recently won South Asian Football Federation Under-20 Championship Football Tournament? It is Bangladesh, right? They have won the South Asian Football Federation Under-20 Championship Football Tournament. Next, which ministry has recently launched She Box portal for registering and monitoring the complaints of sexually harassment of women in the workplace? So this will be your Ministry of Health, Ministry of Women, Child and Development, right? They have recently launched this She Box portal where women can register their complaints against any sexual harassment that is going on at the public places or their private, or basically we can say at the public or private offices. Also, here a nodal officer will be appointed that will be looking into the matter and the progress of those complaints. Next, name the high-end credit card that was launched by Bob Card Limited at the Global FinTech Festival in Mumbai, Maharashtra. This Bob Card, this is the subsidiary of Bank of Baroda, and the name of the card here is Eterna. Next, which bank has recently launched the Inori Rupee Platinum Credit Card to offer cardholders exclusive benefits and privileges? So this will be your ESAF Small Finance Bank. They have launched this Inori Rupee Platinum Credit Card to offer cardholders exclusive benefits and privileges. Next, who has topped the Huron India Rich List 2024 with a net worth of 11,61,800 crore rupees? So Gautam Adani has topped the list here. On second will be Mukesh Ambani and on third will be Shiv Nadar and family. Next, who has been recently appointed as the chairman of the Indian Oil Corporation Limited as an additional charge? So Satish Kumar Vaduguri, right, has been appointed as the chairperson of IOCL and he has been given this as the additional charge here. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Shrikant Madhav Vaidya.